Good evening, everyone. Late Night Mega here, and tonight we're playing Mega Man 9. So put on your PJs and prepare for some cliches. Now, like some other Mega Man games, we start with a nice intro cutscene to get us into our plot. Mega Man 9, as I mentioned at the end of my Mega Man 8 run-through, is my favorite of the classic numbered series. And there's a few things that I really like about it. After a long time coming, they released Mega Man 9. It's a return to the 8-bit style of platforming, which I think is amazing. And the weapons are all tons of fun to use. Some of them borderline overpoweredly broken. Well, that's okay. And we have kind of an interesting plot here. If it's your first time going through this, Dr. Wily is claiming innocence, and we're at Dr. Light's laboratory. We're going to see some video footage of Dr. Light's robots. These are not robots made by Dr. Wily, rather Dr. Light. And they're going crazy and attacking. And here's Dr. Wily claiming innocence, because, you know, they're not his robots. And I love some of the old references that they have in this. We'll come up with... we'll get to one of those in a moment. But, so yeah, the platforming is as solid as ever with the return to the 8-bit. A few things, though, that I really dislike about the game is that Mega Man no longer has the slide ability and the charged attack for his Mega Buster, and I'm okay with not having being able to charge the Mega Buster. I felt that made the Mega Buster a bit too strong when it came to boss battles, and it made the boss fights a lot easier. But losing the slide, I don't like that so much. It cuts down on Mega Man's maneuverability. It cuts down on ways that he can avoid enemy attacks and boss attacks. And while this game is programmed with not having a slide in mind, so you can still dodge everything without the use of a slide, I think the slide just opens up more design space for a game. And so I'm really sad to see it not be here. And here's the reference I was talking about. Be careful out there. You haven't done this in a while. And I just kind of laughed when I first read that, because it has been so many years since Mega Man 8 came out. There's like at least a decade difference. And this is what I don't like about Mega Man 9. We have music that's straight up ripped from Mega Man 2 with that title menu. And in Mega Man 2, that music doesn't annoy me. But here in Mega Man 9, I just find the menu screen music so annoying. There's a couple other tunes that they ripped from Mega Man 2, and I really dislike that. So we're going to go to Hornet Man first. Let's show off our menu screen. That's not the menu screen I wanted to show off. I want to show off this menu screen. It's a fairly standard Mega Man screen. Now, Hornet Man. I'm going here first because this has perhaps one of my favorite weapons with a utility-based usage of all time. That's the Hornet Chaser. And you'll see what I like about that. Those things are kind of silly. And you can't stand on them for too long because they will roll back up. Let's see. Can I get this without dying? Yes, I can. Do be very careful there, because Rush will take you into the spikes. I really like how they program some of the challenges for this, where you have to really know what you're doing and know how to play Mega Man to be really good at it, and get some of the stuff like that. Oh, I missed the guy. Usually I can shoot him on the way down. We can do that. And that'll get us a free 1-up, which we might be needing later. And here's something that can be really scary looking. And then we get to the mini-boss here. And you just kind of go around. The flowers that are spinning around can hurt you. So you always want to be on the move. I like to hang out down here, because if the mini-boss appears at the bottom platform, you can't shoot it with the regular blaster. You can get potentially 4 shots off before the mini-boss disappears again. You've got the spikes on the bottom there, so it can be very challenging your first time through. Actually, this game was meant to be a very challenging Mega Man game, despite there not having been a Mega Man game for so long. And we're being attacked by scissors. I don't know if you noticed that or not, but they're the evil kind of scissors. Not the kind of scissors that you want to run with. Again, you probably shouldn't be running with any kind of scissors. But this game does offer us some power-ups along the way. But you have to go like an extra mile. Like, in order to get that health up, you had to respawn those previous guys in order to get those bolts there. We do have the shop that returns. It's more of the classic shop like in Mega Man 7. But once again, we had to respawn some of those enemies. And here's our big stomper enemy that just stomped us. And that gets us a 1-up. If we go up here, we can get another 1-up. And I like the Dr. Light touch there on the boss gate. So it's really doing a great job of showing the plot of trying to frame Dr. Light for this. And we have a jagged room, or an uneven room, to battle Hornet Man in. And so I find it best to just kind of rapid fire the Hornets like that, and then pump a bunch of shots into Hornet Man. And he's not too bad to take out with a Mega Buster once you use this tactic. But it's all about getting the Hornets as quickly as you can, because otherwise they'll fly around several times, Hornet Man will be walking around, and you'll end up taking a ton of damage. They're quite tricky to dodge, so the best option is to just blast them. Mega Man doesn't much like getting stung anyways. If you don't believe me, just jump into some spikes. And we get the Hornet Chaser, which shows us a little demonstration of the weapon, but not fully what the weapon is capable of. Save. Where do I want to save this? Yeah, number 8's good. We got to get off this music. And we have another cutscene. Excellent. And now we're learning that the police have taken Dr. Light away because those were Dr. Light's robots, and so now the plot is thickening. This is a really great way for Mega Man, for the plot of a Mega Man game to proceed. Just a couple short cutscenes between Robot Master stages. You got the scene at the intro, and we're back to our stage select screen. Well, okay, you guys know I like barrier weapons. Let's go to Jewel Man, who has the most powerful barrier weapon in any of the classic Mega Man games, without a doubt. And I love this music. I don't know if I mentioned this yet or not, but I like a lot of the music in Mega Man 9. You can tell that there was a lot of effort that went into designing this game, from not having a Mega Man game for so long, and now we have Mega Man 9. And so this beginning section can be tricky. Those green guys, they will... Well, you can see what he's doing down there. he's not being very nice. And now we have these bouncing spiders. Take them out quickly. And a trick for this one, just let him jump down there. I find that amusing. Whoops. Wrong button. We'll demonstrate the Hornet Chaser, which will chase after enemies. It can also get us power-ups from a distance. It'll retrieve one-ups and weapon energy and such that's out of your reach. And it can also damage this mini-boss while he's stuck in the ceiling. So, that's useful. And it kind of disrupts his attack, because he'll normally rain a whole bunch of boulders down on you, but throw some hornets up there and he will... it'll disrupt his pattern. So the special weapons are varied and they interact well with different enemies and such. So another nice touch. And these jumps are a lot trickier than what they may first seem. And there's Hornet Chaser doing its thing. I also like the little buzzing sound that releases when you launch him out. And this is another one of my favorite rooms. You have to essentially run back and forth and jump down that hole. That can be very tricky as well. I've died there a lot. I love that buzzing sound. Buzz buzz. Buzz buzz buzz. Okay. Hornets sting him to death. Okay. Well, good thing Hornet Chaser is not the weakness for Jewel Man, otherwise we'd be in trouble. Alright, so Jewel Man can be kind of tricky to battle with just the Mega Buster. When you jump, he will jump. When you hit one of the jewels with the Mega Buster, it will launch your way until he does this, and then he's going to do his... talking and trying to concentrate on battling this guy is very difficult. Okay, so you want to try to hit his jewel satellites there while they're in the air to knock them off. Take a short hop and just let Jewel Man hop over you. And then when he has, when he's ready to launch his attack at you, hopefully there will only be one or two of them left, and they'll be pretty easy to dodge. And then he charges at you, and just pump him full of shots. And for that, we get more Mega Man 2 music. Jewel Satellite. And more Mega Man 2 music. Alright, so we'll save, and I'll see you next time.